Hello everyone, happy Friday, welcome back. My name is Jessica, I'm a California native, and I just so happen to sing opera. This video is the art of studying coloratura. I feel as a soprano that I have a lot to say on this topic because my voice is not one that likes to move. My voice loves long, slow, lustrous legato lines. And over the years, I've really had to train my voice on figuring out how to love agility and movement. For those of us whose voices don't like to move, I'm going to tell you up front that this video is not for the weak-minded because it requires an incredible amount of commitment and perseverance. For this reason, I'm going to divide this topic into two separate videos. This first video here is going to talk about all of the academics of learning how to sing coloratura, which is all of the studying needed to do in order to actually do the studying. The second part will be actual coloratura exercises and how to do them properly. The first thing that I want to talk about in regards to the art of studying coloratura is the mindset that you need to have before taking on this challenge. You need to have a positive mindset. The hardest thing about being a singer is the fact that our physical bodies are our instruments. When something doesn't feel or sound right, we can't go and blame a bassoon or a flute. We can't look for that solution in a piano. The solution always lies within our own physical bodies, which is why it's so easy to take criticism or hardships within our vocal journeys personally. That being said, I want everyone to treat their vocal journey with kindness and respect. This is the positive mindset you need to have before taking on this challenge, because there will be times where you will feel defeated, and there will be times where something seems near impossible. And for some, like myself, that thing just may be coloratura. But I'm here to remind you all and myself to never shut down an idea or a challenge, because you never know what the power of perseverance can do for you. The second thing that I want to talk about is the idea of mentality versus physicality. I am a believer that mentality supersedes physicality when it comes to singing. For me personally, singing is about 70% mental and 30% physical. When I came to this realization, I had to change my practicing habits completely. I had to shift my focus and tell myself that I can trust my physical self a whole lot more because I know the fundamentals of singing. I know how to breathe correctly. I know how to sing on a supported breath. I know how to stand properly. I know what is physically happening when I go to sing. And I can confidently say all of these things because I've put in enough hours and the work needed in order to gain all of this information. So if all of this is true, then why does it feel like sometimes I have no idea what I'm doing? And I realized it's because I'm not putting enough emphasis and focus on the mental aspects of singing. I was putting all of my energy into the physicalities of singing when I don't need to do that because I know what is physically happening. I needed to trust myself more. And this was a huge breakthrough in understanding movement within my voice. The third thing that I want to talk about is the actual physical practice of agility. The first thing you must have down is intonation. Being able to hear every note within the scale, the coloratura, the riff, or the run is vital and non-negotiable. My advice is to take the passage completely out of rhythm and practice it slowly. If it's a long passage, break it up into sections. Focus on one section and do not move on to the next section until you have that first one down cold. Also, see if you can find points of interests. These are specific notes within the coloratura passage that you can use as a reference point in order to keep yourself in check intonationally. These can also be points of semi-arrival for re-energizing. My next tip is to use the word da, de, di, or do with a metronome. Do not use any words in the song. Start with a slow tempo and say da for every note within the passage. Repeat this and speed up the tempo. Then gradually take out every other da and continue increasing the tempo. And continue taking out as many das as you can until you feel comfortable enough to where the only da in the entire passage is the very first note. Practice the heck out of this, and if you can, do it in different keys. Even switch up the vowels so that your tongue can get used to performing this passage with a variety of vowels. The final thing I want to address is mental practice. The purpose of mental practice is to train your mind to do most of the work for you so that you aren't forcing any notes out of your body through over manipulation. We will often see singers of all genres of music singing fast notes with excessive jaw, tongue, and mouth movement, which is unnecessary. If your mouth is to move, it's in order to make more space for a note or to sing a new word. But remember, most melismatic material happens on one vowel. So, how do I practice mentally? Once I know all of the notes within a passage, inside and out, I tell my brain to focus on just the vowel. By this point, I shouldn't need a keyboard because I practice all of the notes enough to where I know it's in my body. That being said, I then do the passage within my mind and I shift my focus to maintaining the purity of the vowel and not the notes. Then I practice telling my mind that I want it to go faster. This is such an important step for me because the minute I start telling my body to physically do something in order for the notes to come out faster, my voice gets stuck. Doing this over and over in your mind will tell your body that the breath will support the extremities of the passage, and you can get through the speed of the phrase because your mind is doing it for you. And trust me, your mind is able to do this. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of this topic. Please turn on that bell notification so that you don't miss part 2, which will be coming soon. Also, if you liked this video, please hit that like button and let me know down in the comments whether coloratura comes easy for you or not. Happy Friday, and I'll see you in a few days.